Hey y'all! Welcome to Life with Tray and Jea. I'm Tray.
And I am Jay, and the topic today actually comes from a question that I think we've all thought about. Do you have to come to God whole or perfect? You thought about it.
All right. Let's talk about it. So stay tuned. See y'all in a bit.
Wow. Thank God for it.
All right. So we're talking about whether or not you need to come to God whole. Like,
what do you think?
What do you think? My. That's a lot. So, what are your thoughts?
So I would say some years ago, I wouldn't say, yes, I need to come to God. I need to clean myself up before I get there. But I think my thought process and the way I was maneuvering and how I reacted to things and just the way I lived my life, I thought that. I actually really believed that I needed to get certain things together. I needed to clean things up before I said, oh, hey, God, all right, I'm ready for a relationship. But now that I know God, that doesn't make any sense. And I'll tell you, it's like I was reading once again in this blog called Desiring God by
John Piper.
Yes, John Piper. He was saying pretty much, it's like saying, I'm going to do surgery on my heart before I get to the hospital. Like, there's no way you can do your own surgery. I noticed, like, I was just thinking, like, trying to sew up my heart before getting to a hospital. Or it's like putting perfume on your body after not taking a shower for, like, 30 days or so. Like, it just doesn't work.
Right.
It doesn't work.
Right. So, I'll be the first to say that is exactly what I thought.
Right. Yeah.
And I remember I had a friend who was trying to reach out to me and like, oh, come to church with me and all this other stuff. And I was just like, church? For what?
I ain't trying to do
Whatever God you talking about don't want me. The reason why he don't want me is because I smokes. I drinks. Like, I be out here sexing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing whatever it is. Like, I'm like, what was you going to say?
She used to sit and twist. That's what she said.
I used to always say that. Now, I still do say that. But I'll be like
I used to.
BC. Tray BC was all about the
sitting
and twist
twisting
lifestyle. Right? And arch back, look back at it. Like, all that. Right? So I'm like, why would there be a God that would want me and I'm chilling, like I'm A-okay. Like, I thought this was A-okay for me in my life. So when that person was kind of reaching out to me to do so, I was just like, I don't really see the point. And the reason why I don't see the point is because I'm not ready yet. Because I'm not done doing what it is that I want to do in the way in which I want to do it. So no, there's no God that would want me if I didn't clean myself up yet.
Before. So the thing that I've learned about God is there's no way we can clean ourselves up. There's just none. And the reason why is because his standard is so high, he had to send an example on this earth, and that was Jesus. It's like, that's the standard. And we could never live up to that standard because Jesus was fully God and fully human. Like, it's no way. And so how do you act or live as if you're God? You're not. So that just shows that you just need God. It's like a child to a father or a child to a mother. You need, especially a newborn baby. You need your father and your mother. And there's just no way a baby can change their own diaper. There's no way that a baby can feed themselves, right? The body is made up for a baby. We were talking about this earlier, a baby to be breastfed. And the body, the woman's body, the mom's body is made to feed the baby. God was made to take care of us, and we are made to come to him with our issues and whatever our relationship with him. So that's what it's designed for. But it's very humbling, and I think that's what's hard. To show for someone to say or to accept the fact that they actually like need.
Yes. Yeah. Like I cannot actually do this myself.
I cannot actually. Like, that's the thing that really helped, drew me to God, because I realized that, like, I guess I came to the end of myself, I realized that no matter what I did, I was jacking this thing up called life. Like, I felt like I didn't have enough experience. I didn't have enough knowledge. It didn't matter what. And I realized my mother didn't either. My father, everywhere I looked, we were all flawed in some type of way. Now, I wasn't thinking about it in a negative way. It was just a reality. And then I had glimpses and experiences of God. And that showed me, like, remember that relationship you had back in the day when you literally tried to leave? Like, when I was 17, I was like, nah, I ain't doing this Christian thing. It's too much. It's for the birds. Came back to him around like 22, 23 because I realized, like, this life is hard.
Yeah.
And God knows way better and he knows way more than I do simply because he created me. Right?
Right.
So.
All right. So, okay, I want to talk about my perception before I tell you guys, you know, the whole personal story about this piece. But my perception of Christianity, more so than specifically, you know, coming to God whole, was more so like, well, I don't see you guys party. I don't see you guys drink. I don't hear, you know, all these mixy things of like, okay, you go to this party, you go to that party. Like, I didn't hear those types of things. And so because of that, I was just like, Christianity is it's a little dry. It's a little
boring.
dry.
Womp, womp.
It's a little whack. And so because of that, I was just like, I'm good. So when I had, you know, a friend of mine reaching out to me and talking to me about church and everything, I was just like, no, I'm okay with that because I didn't see the fun in it, right? And so,
yo, that's so funny. That happens
it's
all the
true.
time. People are like, y'all are like, y'all have no fun.
Like dry.
Right.
Like just dry, right? Dust. So anyway, so I think it was, I don't remember exactly the time frame. So when we do our Facebook lives one of these days, y'all gonna you'll find more details. But I remember the first time that I said I didn't want to have sex anymore, and I was like, that's a really interesting concept. Why wouldn't you want to have sex, Tracy? You enjoy it, right? And then I remember the day that I said, oh, you know what? I don't really want to smoke weed anymore. Why is that something legit? I was like, I didn't really have the flavor for it. And it was so shocking to me because it was something I would just do.
And it was like a regular thing?
Not regular as in like weekly. I would say monthly, but you know, weekendish, like a weekender type of weed head, right? But anyway,
a corporate,
right,
one who had a full-time job,
okay, out here, mad functional,
paying bills, very functional.
Yo, it's crazy. Anyway, so with that being said, you know, when that happened, when I said, yo, I don't want to drink anymore, like. I don't want to drink, which was my normal drink. If you watch season 1, you know what it was, which is Hennessy with a splash of cranberry, 4 ice cubes. Okay? So anyway.
How did I
know? Right? So when I realized I didn't want to do that anymore, I was just like, what is going on here? Like, this was kind of weird to me. But I realized from the outside looking in, I was just looking at Christians, like, my perception was just like, y'all are whack, y'all are dry, like y'all don't do any of the fun stuff that I enjoy to do. And then from the inside looking out, I was like, but I don't really want to do it because I don't want anything to separate and to be in the middle of my relationship with the Lord. So I genuinely used to enjoy it, but I don't want to do it anymore because I want to make my relationship with the Lord as close as possible. So
isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Can I say something real quick? So it's like saying Tracy and I are really, really close. But if I did something that I knew would hurt her, wouldn't that be and I did it consistently? Wouldn't it be
like
kind of
purposefully?
Purposefully, wouldn't it be jacked up? So if I was doing it and I didn't know I was doing it, I didn't know I was hurting her, that's different. But once I found out that it wasn't something that she would prefer me to do, even further, it was something that was hurting her and hurting our relationship and coming in between of our relationship, it'll be jacked up for me to still do it, right?
Yeah.
So
and
that's how
that's
what it is
such
with
a
God.
great example. No,
that's why a relationship is way better than religion, and we'll talk
Yeah,
about that. I think
yeah.
that should be another episode, but yeah.
It will be. But yeah, like it's like really.
So it's really that.
Yeah, it's that was a great example, Jay, like legit. Because what happens is you're like, I want to make our relationship as close as possible.
Right, like I like it.
Yeah,
and
like I
want to
really
keep
enjoy
it.
this. But there's some things that I've had, that I've experienced in my life that are still here, and I'm trying to find a way to remove that so I can make this relationship closer and bridge the gap between the relationship. And that to me was is the reason why there are certain things that I no longer have a flavor for, right? But that doesn't mean initially what I thought was, oh, well, y'all don't have fun. That's how I saw it. I saw it automatically as like, yo, Christians just don't have fun. Period.
But one of the things I want to go to is back to the topic. With that being said, all this, like the reason why she stopped doing that stuff wasn't because she had the power in herself to just stop and clean. Like it was too much. It was literally, like we said, from that relationship. So it was like she had to come to God dirty and all. And then he was like, all right, with this relationship, I'm going to clean you up. But it's very offensive to even hear that, right? Like, wait,
So
dirty?
what you trying to say? I'm dirty? Like, nah, B, I take showers. Like, I clean myself. Stop playing these games. Right.
Like, I'm dirty and I need to be cleansed. That's offensive. But in order for you to understand the power of the gospel and to understand the reason, the why Jesus is so important, you have to understand your condition, like your real condition, not like what you think it is. Because what we think is we're good. That's why we think, oh, I can do it myself and I'll come to him when I'm good and ready. No, you literally need him to do it.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
So speaking of which, there's this song by Natalie Grant. I do not remember the name of it right now, but I'm just going to give you guys a few of the lyrics. So she says, it's nothing too dirty that you can't make worthy. You wash me in mercy, piece by piece. And I like it was
right, little by little.
Yeah, like little by little, like you cleanse me, like you clean me, from the inside out. So it's happening in your heart. It's happening on the inside of you. And then people see it afterwards or in the midst of it, especially because they're just like, so why you don't do this? Or why certain things are, you're no longer attracted to doing. And I think that that's where it can sometimes become an offense to somebody who's in the midst of that life, that you're just like, so you're trying to say that I'm not living my best life? Like, right. I really am.
But from my understanding, I am, right?
Right. Granted, you really believe you are, but just like Janelle said earlier, you don't know.
It's like you don't know that you don't know. Like there's a blind spot in your life that you don't know. But what I wanted to say is, I came to know Christ at the age of 9. But once I decided I'm not going to have a relationship with him anymore, like it's like me and her once again is like, Trey, I don't want to be in a relationship with you anymore. It's too hard, because my perception of our relationship was off. Was like we said, like I was deceived. Because sin deceives us. That's not a whole other topic, but like that's a big part of it. Yeah. So for me, I was like, I kept on going back to the same, like literally a cycle of 5 years, going back to the same dude over and over again, wanting to change, wanting to leave. And it's not like he was holding me back. Like it was more like I felt like I hate to say this because it's, it's vulnerable, but like I felt like I needed him to a certain degree. I remember thinking, oh, I'm never gonna find a guy like that. Wrong. But the point is,
yo, that's a pause there.
Like that was a secret that I was saying.
That's the lies that we believe.
But the truth is, I was never telling anybody that. It was the thoughts I had in the back
on your inside,
right,
by yourself.
Right.
Nobody
and I felt like I needed him. I felt like that's the love. That's the height of the love that I can get.
Right.
It was like this bondage of being in a very unhealthy relationship.
Speak the thing. Yes.
But it was, I mean, we both, it's not like I said, it's not like it was, he hit me. It was just the wrong relationship for me, and it was a wrong relationship for him. And I could not leave for 5 years. Like I tried and I would always come back. I would try and always come back. I wanted to be celibate, but I was trying and falling, trying and falling. And it was like,
what
all right.
does falling mean?
I was falling into it all over again, which was I was sinning. But pretty much what happened was I started a relationship with God and I came to him dirty.
Yeah.
That was pretty much what it is.
Yeah. I mean.
So that being said, I hope that like really like, I hope you got what our hearts wanted you to get, which was like, yo, you don't need to come up clean. Just come.
Just come
to Christ.
Right,
yeah.
right. And I just want to give you guys this example, right? Which is, we love the word, right? But in the Bible, it talks about the prodigal son, right? And it's like, yo, he was out here giving money to the thoughts, right? Thoughting in the industry.
He gained his inheritance.
He gained his inheritance
and then used it.
Excuse me, his money to sell, to get bodies, right? All right, to do all those things. And his father still came. As he was coming home, his father still had his arms open for him and was like, yo, you're welcome. Like, we don't got to talk about, like, it is like all of that does not diminish the fact that I still want you. Right. And so that's ultimately what we're trying to say in this particular episode is just, yo, you would never, like, we are never going to be able to be full and whole and finished and wrapped up in a bow by ourselves. AKA, this is why we need Jesus. Right. But one thing that we definitely want to ensure that you guys are clear on is that's why there's a difference between seeing someone who is a believer and someone who isn't, because someone who is a believer, like, you are clear that you need Jesus. You are clear that your brokenness is like, you're just like, whoa, I didn't really know. So I am seeing now. I have tasted and seen how amazing the Lord has been in my life. So at this point, I need more of him.
So the prodigal son is one of my favorite stories, and I love that you brought that up. So the fact that he, unlike a lot of us, he had that inheritance that he finally got. He was supposed to get when his father died, but he begged for his father to give it to him before his father died. His father was like, all right, I'll give it to you. This dude ran, I don't know where he left his home and his comfortable house and where his father and his brother lived, took his money, squandered it, like you said, on thoughts and bodies. But not only that, bodies meaning like, like thoughts and stuff like that, but not killing people. But he used all his money and he got to this point, like the end of himself. And it was like, son, I literally can't do anything else. He started working for, what's it called? Pig, like a pig.
Yeah, and a pigsty.
A pig pen. Or a pigsty, whatever you want to call it. And then started eating the food that the pigs ate because he didn't have any more money. So he was like, dang, I realized I can't do this on my own.
Isn't that such a different level? Like, you started out like
you started good, life, then you had your inheritance, so you was born out of control. Yeah. But then you went too out of control and tried to take things on your own, and you literally ended up with the pigs. Yeah. And then he was like, okay, I tried to do this on my own. I can't do it. I got to go back to my father. And I would have thought if I was him, I would have been mad scared. And just not
begrudgingly,
right? Like, dang, this is humbling. I don't want to do this. This is embarrassing. Oh,
and
my
he's
father's
gonna tell me,
right? He's gonna be like, I told you
so. Right? You should have known everything.
But the father was like, nah, get that fat pig, which means like we're gonna have a party. Yeah. Put the best robe on him. We getting a nice Coogee outfit.
It's lit. Coogee. Hold up, we in Brooklyn, y'all. Coogee down to the socks. Okay.
Right. So, I mean, even if it was the 90s, you would understand. I don't know if you understand, but Coogee was... Anyway, the point is they gave him the nice clothes, like really nice clothes, the nice ring, and he was like, yo, I am welcoming you home. Yeah. So he welcomed him with open arms. Yeah. And that is literally how God is like. God is like, I know you try to do it on your own. Are you done? Did you come to... All right, do you now know you can't do it on your own?
I'm still waiting for you.
Right. Okay, now that you know that you can't do it on your own and you're not going to come perfect and you're not going to come whole. Yeah. All right, I got you. Come home.
Yeah. Oh.
It's good, right?
Just gave me chills.
It's good.
Yeah, no, that was really good. It was really good, y'all. Okay, yo, we got to go. That was so good. But see y'all in the next episode, and make sure you guys hit us up via DM. slide on in, right? And
This don't you silly.
slide on in
On Instagram
Right.
and Facebook.
Instagram, Facebook, Life with Tray and Jea. That's JEA, which is J. And then our email, lifewithtrayandjay@gmail.com. Please let us know what your thoughts are. Have you ever even thought about being whole
having
in
to be
order
clean,
to like
clean.
did you feel like, oh my gosh, there's some things that I got going on, there's some secrets, there's some skeletons that I have, I don't really know if I can come to the Lord with this? Like, what are your thoughts? And share with us. Like,
we would love to hear
we would love to hear it. We would love to talk to you about it and continue the conversation, because it's essential for all of our growth. So
later.
See y'all. Bye.